But we begin with an exclusive State of Education report.
Tonight, as we see a nationwide push to get kids back in the classroom, an in-depth look at the pandemic's impact on student learning.
Our Danielle Lerner diving into the data that you won't get anywhere else. What she's finding is a rising number of students failing. But it's about more than just the grades. It's about our kids' mental health in all this, too, as families struggle to rebound.
What is this like for you and your family right now?
That's the question that just really hits true to me, because it is heartbreaking watching your children start to suffer and knowing that you can't help them. My kids have never gotten below a B ever. And now we're talking that we have D's and F's. So yeah, it's really hard.
Amy's children are in high school, one a sophomore, the other a senior, both struggling in different ways to navigate ongoing transitions between in-person and virtual learning, feeling crushed by the mounting pressure to catch up.
You're seeing those F's come up, and it's like you're in a pit that you can't get out of. And I think for her, that's what she's really struggling with.
Similar frustrations and concerns flooding my social media. Parents doing what they can to support their kids academically and emotionally, and teachers working daily to connect with students who either don't show up or just don't do the work. Attendance, engagement, and isolation, just a few of many factors fueling a jump in failing grades.
Some of it's technology, but some of it's space. Some of it is, there's multiple age groups in the home, and there's space, and you need a quiet space.
Dr. Randy Mallerwine is an area assistant superintendent with Mesa Public Schools, the largest school district in our state.
We're very concerned about our high school kids because, there's 4 years to accumulate a certain amount of credits. And if you end up 2 or 3 credits deficient, then you have to make that up within the same to keep them on track for graduation.
Right now, district data shows the percentage of elementary students with at least one F jumped 5% in the first quarter of this school year compared to 2019, up 3% in quarter 2. Meantime, the percentage of junior high and high school students with at least one F jumped 7% first semester compared to 2019.
They're pulling what students, that's, the who, and they're pulling where are they deficiency, what are they deficient in? And then we're looking at a competency-based approach.
The district is using targeted supports and intervention programs, extending learning time from first semester into second to help students get their grades up. And they used CARES Act money to buy mobile virtual instruction stations to help teachers doing online and in person at the same time. Data obtained by ABC 15 shows several other districts are having similar conversations. In Deer Valley Unified, the percentage of students with at least one F jumped roughly 4% first semester compared to 2019.
We have to take care of our community now, but we also have planned to take care of our community in the future.
Looking at districts across the valley, Peoria Unified seeing increases in Fs for grades 3 through 12, but especially in middle and high schools. The number of ninth graders more than doubling during first semester this year compared to last. The Alhambra Elementary School District has been remote since last spring, and while the number of Fs actually dropped for grades K through 2 during first quarter this year compared to last, second quarter shows increases in all grades, with the biggest jumps in 5th, 6th, and 8th. Phoenix Union High School District, also remote since March of 2020, says their overall failure rate increased 4% first semester compared to last year, especially in science and social studies. And in Chandler Unified, F grades are up in 1st through 12th grade, with 7th and 10th graders seeing the biggest increase compared to first semester last year. And Gilbert Public Schools seeing only a slight uptick in Fs for 7th through 12th graders compared to first semester 2019. The number actually decreased in grades 4 through 6, but overall enrollment was also down. First through third graders don't receive traditional letter grades, so their data was not included.
It's been really hard for my husband and I to sit here. We're just trying to support the best we can.
Districts like Phoenix Union, Chandler, and Gilbert tell me plans are already in place to continue additional academic supports throughout the summer to focus on learning gaps and credit recovery, hoping it will be enough to help families like Amy's.
It's taken a toll on them, not only with their grades. Their grades have really, really dropped, and they're struggling to pass classes at this point, but also on their mental health.
We do want to acknowledge that some students are doing well, maybe even thriving in this unique environment. But this week, the state did take some actions to address growing concerns. Governor Doug Ducey signing a bill that paused the state's school grading system, but moving forward with AZ merit testing. The State Board of Education will now use that data along with other measures to gauge the amount of learning loss students have suffered during this pandemic. I'm Danielle Lerner, ABC 15, Arizona.